Hi guys, it's me, Desi. Okay, I'm Desi the Blonde at MSN.com, Twitter, Desi the Blonde. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube, and other sites. Okay, what I'm going to do is blog about this book. It's called Thorn Manor and Other Bizarre Tales by Diane Wing. Okay, I got this book yesterday. I won it from World Press. Diane Wing. What I had told her was that I liked the book and the blurb that she wrote about it. Okay, here you go. As far as the book is there's 5 or 6 different little stories in it. But the first one, Thorn Manor, that one will get you. And what it is about is there's a lady that her name is Heather. Her friend decides to help her try to find a place. She wants to open up her own business. She wants a catering, but then she wants to be able to get into having a big enough place to where everybody can meet and then they can have parties. And there was a house out in the middle of nowhere land. It's been empty for 5 years. Well, the real estate agent, her best buddy, has the key. Cool. Well, she's trying to talk her out of not buying this house because they know it's going to cost her an arm and a leg. Well, Heather and her walks into the house, and she said, there looks like there's a lot of damage. Well, it wasn't really a structural damage. It's just it sat so long, had the creaks, and, think normal. Well, while they were going through the house, Heather kept feeling stuff. Like your hair would stand up on your arm. Well, she was downstairs. She said, well, she's measuring. And her friend said, are you sure you really want this house? Yeah, I'm taking measurements. She's deciding on how big a refrigerator, what kind of stove, what kind of dishwasher she wants in the kitchen, how she wants it all set up. And the whole time her friend's discouraging her. There's a lot of rooms downstairs. She can use them for a library, den and stuff, and then the restrooms. There's a big oak table. And she said, well, all I have to do is refurnish the seats in the oak table. That ain't going to cost that much. Well, they decided to go up to the second floor. The second floor has 6 or 7 rooms up there with their own bathrooms. And those mainly didn't have to have that much work done, but they needed a good paint job. So she turned around, did sticky notes. Okay, this is what's going to happen on each door, and which was a good way of doing it. She's measuring, and then she's looking at this beautiful chandelier. She's thinking, well, how can this be lowered down some so that we can get light through the whole house? Once the windows are clean, the house is bright, but the place is called Mystic Manor, or Thorn Manor. Why? Well, it's because the psychiatrist that owned it, his family, he closed down the psychiatric ward, but during the time that he did close down the psychiatric ward, he was abusing his patients. And they were saying that he was doing surgical abortions and abortions on women in the house. So technically he was using the second floor as the surgical rooms or the basement. They turned around, and what had happened to the family was pretty bad. As you can see, the house is empty for 5 years. Nobody wants it. The bank doesn't want it. They want to get rid of it. It's an eyesore. Well, what happened in the house will surprise you. Dr. Thorn killed his wife, his daughter, and his son. But before he killed them, see, he was in the process of going to be killing his wife and his daughter and them. He turned around and had his son banished upstairs to the 3rd floor place. Upstairs on the 3rd floor is a total apartment. 2 bedrooms, baths, a whole new kitchen. Well, he did surgery on the boy who I think it's probably in mid-teens because mom had to teach him at home. He was not able to go to school, not to have friends, nothing. The little girl, which was his younger sister, he was trying to protect her, but he couldn't because the parents locked him upstairs. And his mother was giving him cyanide poisoning in his food. So he eventually died from the poisoning. But the dad done some surgery so he couldn't get around. He said, nobody's going to want you with the limp leg. He cut his tendon on his leg. So when he walked in the house, it sounded like he was dragging his foot. Well, they turn around and the little girl, she was locked up in the closet downstairs with the straitjacket. The husband had gone out and decided, he was going to kill his wife and bury her. Well, while he was doing it, she came up behind him, stabbed him, sliced his throat. He deserved it, though. He really deserved it, though. And then burned him and then buried him. Okay, this is about the spirits. You gotta figure this out, okay? He's outside now. Okay, his wife's in the house. She's dead. The girl's dead. The boy is dead. The wife was psychotic, so now Heather comes in and says, I'm buying this house. I don't care. Well, her ex-husband come up with the deal. Heather, you pay me the money. I'll give you the money for the house. All right. Then you pay me so much money a month. Well, he had other plans. He thought he can get Heather back, and then he could take control of the house, which Heather had already got it painted, cleaned. She had what they would call tea readers, seers, and other people move in. And what she was doing is a lot of these people lived in town but didn't want people in their house or their apartment, so they rented a room from her with a bath. They had a masseuse, I should say. And Heather rented all the second floor out. Each room, she gave each person a choice of color. Okay, each one picked out their own color. The painters came in, painted it, and then stuff was happening. Really weird stuff, okay? The cleaners were saying that one girl was cleaning this emblem on the floor, and she kept saying, looking in the living room, dining room area, and she said, there's somebody behind you. And Heather says, no, I don't see nobody. She goes, yes, there's somebody behind you. Well, she asked her what kind of faces she was making. She said, I'll show you. She went, and then, she was mad. Well, here it was Mrs. Thorne. Well, Mrs. Thorne was mad because she was crazy, okay? Heather kept feeling weird things going on in and out of the house, and she couldn't figure out what was going on. So she kept hearing banging. Heather, she's in the house by herself. She kept hearing banging on the door or banging on the windows. But when she went to see him, there was nobody there. Well, that banging, guess who that was? Mr. Thorne. He wanted back in the house. You do not let a spirit into the house because he will harm you worse than he is, being outside. Okay, Mrs. Thorne, Heather's at the house. Her husband breaks into the house. He rapes her. Well, Heather calls the police department, changes the locks, put a restraining order against the husband. Okay, the ex-husband is real aggressive. So he is bringing what you would call the aggression back into the house. And these seers are trying to get all this power out of the house so that people can live normal. Well, Heather called a couple of the seers and said, I need help now. So they come. Well, Mrs. Thorne was giving them trouble. So they turned around and told Mrs. Thorne to go to the light. She had the daughter, they had turned around and took the daughter and told her to cross over. Well, the daughter was easy to cross over because she was a kid. She didn't know what was going on, so she crossed over. Well, the wife was looking, Mrs. Thorne was looking for the daughter, and the seer said, we need you to cross over. Okay, she did. Now here's the boy. Here's the thing, the catch to it. The boy was up in the attic. So they went up in the attic to do a seance. They asked him, what do you want? He says, I'm trying to protect my sister. Well, he said, they told him, do you want to go to the light? He said, no, I want to stay here at the house. Well, the seers are thinking, well, should we or shouldn't we? And he goes, well, I can help you with my father. Okay. Well, Heather's getting everything done. The son is not acting up. He's not bothering Heather. He's not bothering none of the people moving in and out. Well, here comes the thing. They're going to go outside and they're going to do a seance type of thing to get Dr. Thorne gone. Well, when they do this, it's like a ritual. She has some great people that are helping them. The three of them are out there doing this thing. Heather is watching them from the living room. And they are calling the spirits from below and telling them to help get rid of Dr. Thorne. Well, Dr. Thorne was being a really ass. I mean, he was wanting to kill the seer. Well, they tried it the first time, and it failed. But I can tell you that this is a great book. It does have a really cool ending on it. It's kind of funny. But I'm going to also tell you, if you believe in ghosts, or do you believe in spirits, here in Missouri, we do have a lot of haunted houses. I am a type of person, I believe in ghosts and I believe in spirits. I have seen them, not just here in Missouri, but I have seen them in Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee. I've seen Elvis's ghost. I've also seen at the Ryman Theater in Nashville, Tennessee. I have it on film. Also, at Loretta Lynn's theater, estate. We were there visiting, and it's kind of weird because I kept telling Carl I kept seeing somebody walking across the field, and he don't see nothing. I said, yes, there is. There's people walking across the field, and it was 80 degrees there. And my hair was standing straight up. And I went to where the waterfall is, and I said, Carl, I said, those guys are going to jump into the water. And he didn't believe me until I told him what was going on. And I showed him the pictures. Well, about a week later, Loretta Lynn had somebody up at the house for like the Ghostbusters. And when I looked up on the net, sure enough, there was a lot of men killed out there. But like I said, you can believe in ghosts or spirits, or you can't. Me, I am a firm believer. This book was a great book.